What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Rico Keyblade Master, and first of all, before we begin this video, I want to express my apologies. I am so sorry. Yesterday, I was not feeling great. Although taking some time off actually does give me time to prepare new videos for you guys in between streaming projects. Now, before we start as well, I also wanted to address that another reason why I didn't do anything yesterday was because of weather issues. I know I said that in my status update, but not very many people read statuses lately, I'm noticing. So, without further ado, let's just jump in. This theory is based on Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Now, for those of you that have watched the series from front to back, which I did marathon it at one point, and I absolutely remember having a blast. There were a few episodes I did not like Here Comes Bendy, and for good reason. Even Lauren Faust herself admitted that was a dud. And so did Craig McCracken. Oh my goodness. So, for those of you that don't really know the show, I have some subscribers, I've mentioned some shows in the past, that they don't exactly know or remember. The show came out in the early 2000s with the first episode titled House of Blues, which technically revolved around, obviously we got introduced to Mac and Blue, but also to Mac's older brother Terrence, who later goes on to create his own imaginary friend named Red. So the deal is this. The first episode premiered in a movie fashion. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But on Hulu, they have it split into parts. Much like Good Will Hunting, they did the same thing as well. Instead of letting the movie play out, it was, they also have the series Out of Order on Hulu as well, because I didn't get my hands on the Christmas one until after I watched the finale, so I'm like, where the heck does this chronologically fit in? You know, why Hulu does that, I don't know. Anyway, my theory is about the house. And it is that the house itself is indeed an imaginary friend. Now, for those of you wondering, yes, I do have evidence to back this up. In the episode, I forget the name of the episode, but in the episode where I think it's called Guess Who's Not Coming to Dinner, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You guys know which episode I'm talking about. Blue and Mac get lost in the house. Alright? Now, granted, it is a big house. But we never, after that episode, we never really see too many of those areas again. as if they were either walled off or the house itself was its own entity and decided, you know what, I don't want to go with these hallways anymore. And there were some episodes even that, you know, sometimes the living room would look so stretched out that only, now you could say that that's based on cartoon logic, but in other episodes the living room looks normal. Alright? So, here's the thing. The main clincher that makes me think that the house itself is an imaginary friend is at the end of the series. Sure, the house doesn't react to getting destroyed multiple times, but it did react when Louise had to leave Cheese behind by, you know, the beginning played backwards and the house was like, I'm out. After Wilt was like, I'm sorry, but that is not okay. So, even the house went through and said that it was done with Cheese and his shenanigans. You would think that it would have reacted, though, in the episode Here Comes Bendy. When Bendy was doing nothing but defacing it the whole time. And sure, Blue had to sabotage some stuff, but what if in the episode the house told Blue, look, I need you to sabotage me so I can get Bendy the heck out of here. You know? And anyway, back to the one episode that really pulled together. Well, yeah, the ending pulled together my theory, but the one episode I was talking about, Guess Who's Not Coming to Dinner, the main thing I wanted to address is, normally, again, you can say cartoon logic, but normally when someone falls through a trap door, you don't go up. You go down. Alright? So, what if instead of, you could say Duchess wired it that way, but I'm not entirely sure. You could say, though, that the house was actually messing with Blue at that point. Either way kind of works. You could say the Duchess had it wired that way, or you could say that the house was just messing around with Blue at this point. Like, nope, sorry, I'm gonna go up instead of down. In fact, Blue and Mac's exact words were, a trapdoor? Yep, I hate this house! And, the funny thing is, though, is I do not believe that, Terrence himself was in the final episode, and neither was Red. One of the other episodes I really didn't like was the whole thing with the benefactor. And the other one with the oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I really didn't like the election one too much, except there was one funny part where Harriman's like, well, he's just mudslinging, and mud literally hits him. He's like, I should have seen that coming. And I'm like, you asked for the mudslinging? Come on, man. And the mudslinging got literal. I don't know if Blue actually threw it, or if, you know, the animators were just like, you know what, let's just throw some mud at this rabbit. But yeah, I still can't believe that the person who voiced Blue was the one who voices, is the one who voices Marluxia / Lorium in the Kingdom Hearts series. How do you go from voicing someone extremely obnoxious to voicing someone who's not only extremely obnoxious, but sophisticatingly obnoxious? I mean, he's still annoying, do not get me wrong. But, you guys get the idea. Dang it. There was one other episode that, I didn't really like too much either. Let's see, I covered the Bendy one. I covered the election one. I covered the one with the benefactor. Dio! I didn't like that one either that much. I don't know what it is. It just, Even though some of the sketches were pretty hilarious. Doctor, I just swallowed a roll of film. Well, let's hope nothing develops. Doctor, my wife thinks she's a porcupine. Well, that's a prickly situation. Oh, shoot. But anyway, that is the reason why I believe that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, the whole time itself, was imaginary, because it could change areas at will, as well as disappear whenever it just wanted to be done. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Even the house was like, I'm out. You know, I wonder what would have happened if they made like a continuation or a reboot. What would have happened? Would they have... I bet you they would have had trouble trying to recruit the house back. I mean, I swear to God, if they did do a reboot though, I don't want to see Cheese again. I swear to God. No way. There's a lot of imaginary friends I just don't want to see again. The minor ones I don't really mind, you know, like the scissors, the rock, and the paper. That was kind of cool. The raindrop with the umbrella, that was kind of cute. I mean, do not get me wrong. They may have been just minor characters, but they were adorable. Oh yeah. The episode with Euro Trish, I'm about 50-50 on that one. I mean, I'm glad she got to go home, but at the same time, you know, the credit sequences, I feel like the credit sequence was a bit bitter. Like, oh, come on. Euro Trish made it all that way just to be told by her creator, quit singing. Why do you think we sent you away in the first place? You know, it just, Let me know what you guys think in the comments below yourselves. Do you guys think the house was indeed an imaginary friend on its own? Or do you guys think it was just a normal house with renovations made every single episode? I mean, either theory works, but the ending is what got me. Not every imaginary friend has to have a voice. You know, not every imaginary friend has to react to every single situation. But yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys think in the comments below. I did like the picture one too. Especially when Camry finally got to be in the picture. Except for one problem. Like, why would you flash at a mirror? You normally wouldn't flash at a mirror. Because, with a camera. Because, I mean, wouldn't that just create a glare? I guess not in Camry's case. Because the picture turned out fine in the end. But still, that was a very risky move. To go from unorganized to having Miss Mirabel decide, to deciding, Miss Mirabel, why don't you stand here this year? And then boom. But yeah. If anything, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I especially did love Good Will Hunting. That was definitely amazing. The way they executed that was just perfect. Liked the Michael Jordan pun. I will admit, I remember when that movie came out on Thanksgiving and the wilt float passed by and the announcers were like, geez, I wonder what happened to his arm. Did he get snagged on something? Which reminds me of the infamous Sonic snag during one of the Macy's parades. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Riku Keyblade Master. Comment, rate, subscribe to become a Keyblade wielder, and stay awesome as usual. Peace, and I love you all.